Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. I welcome you to English grade 7 video lessons. My dear learners, I hope that you're doing well. I'm your English teacher Zia. Now we are going to cover another SLO from our unit number 5. The title is Empowered Women, Nation Builders. Now we are going to cover an SLO from our grammar competency, and today we are going to talk about the positioning and ordering of adjectives. Let's begin by reading our students' learning outcome to see that what we are supposed to do in this video lesson and how we can achieve our students' learning outcome by the end of our lesson. So, our students' learning outcome is locate the varying position of adjectives in sentences. Now, we need to clearly identify and then locate that how we can position our adjectives when we are dealing with multiple adjectives. And in that case also, we need to put them in the right order so that it sounds correct and we do not lose our meaning while we are dealing with adjectives. Now, after reading this student's learning outcome, here is your vertical linkage of this SLO with the previous grade's student's learning outcome to just give you a perspective that we have covered adjectives in the last grade. Now, for this purpose, now let's storm your brains a little bit by doing this interesting brainstorming session. So for today's brainstorming session, you have to think about adjectives, which are, that it is a part of speech, and adjectives modify your nouns and pronouns, and it adds more information and description to the nouns or pronouns. So now keep this in mind and imagine you are describing your favorite superhero's costume. How would you describe it using as many adjectives as possible to make it sound exciting and vivid? Now we need to deal with a lot of adjectives. In order to describe something, you need to describe its color, shape, its quality, numbers, and everything. So describe your favorite superhero's costume and work with as many adjectives as you can. Pause the video, do this quick brainstorming activity, and now we can move on to our topic, which is about adjectives. And now let's revise what is adjective, just to give you a revision. Now we are going to deal with the definition of adjectives. Adjectives are words that modify or describe nouns or pronouns. So the purpose of adjectives, the words, is to modify or describe nouns or pronouns. So it means that your adjectives are serving your nouns and pronouns. Now they provide more information about the noun or your pronoun they modify, such as its size, color, shape, or state of being. So this is the purpose of using adjectives. And let's look at an example over here. So the phrase, the big red apple, both big and red are adjectives describing the noun apple. Our noun is apple, and you can see two words coming before our noun which are actually nothing, they are nothing new, but they are adding to your noun. So the big red, these are describing our noun. So you have an idea that how adjectives work. And now let's move on to our main topic, which is about position and order of adjectives in our sentences. This is our students' learning outcome that we need to achieve. So let's get going. So my dear learners, let's talk about why do we need to learn about positioning our adjectives and ordering them also. So position of adjectives. Adjectives usually come before the nouns they modify. As you saw in the previous slide's example, your adjectives were before the noun So, and this kind of positioning, when we are talking about positioning our adjectives, they are called attributive position. Why? Because they are coming before the noun. Now, this is the most common spot, the most common place for adjectives. They come right before the noun. They describe or giving details about its size, color, material, etc. Now, let's look at this example. The red car sped down the road. Can you spot our noun over here? Yes, our noun is car. Now, red is describing the car. Red is a color, so all the colors are also your adjectives. Let's look at another example. It says, educated women play a pivotal role in building a nation. Can you identify your noun? Yes, women is our noun, and the adjective educated modifies the noun women and goes before it. So our adjective is coming before our noun. Now this positioning is your attributive position, where your adjective comes before your noun. Ultimately, it is describing your noun, whether it's describing its shape, color, material, its origin, its number, and so on. Now, after this, now you can see that in a lot of different sentences, the adjectives are also coming after your noun, and they are also describing your nouns, but they are coming after the noun, and such kind of adjectives are called your predicative adjectives, or this position is called predicative position of the adjective. Adjectives can also be used in the predicative position, which means they come after a linking verb. For example, all the linking verbs that you can think of, to be, to seem, to feel, etc., and describe the subject of the sentence. For example, the car is red, or she seems happy. Can you spot the adjectives in these two exemplary sentences? Yes, our adjective is, in the first sentence, it is red, and in the second one, it is happy. And both these adjectives are coming after your noun and your linking verb. And such adjectives, they are to be called your predicative position or predicative adjectives, because they are coming after your subject, the predicate part of the sentence. So, and there could be more than one adjectives, either it's coming before the noun or after the linking verb. Now, let's talk about ordering of adjectives. We can use so many adjectives to describe one noun or pronoun in the English language. So, but catch is that you need to position them, you make them in a very organized order to get the right kind of the sentence. So, order of adjectives in English, it is common to use more than one adjective to describe any noun or pronoun. These adjectives must be used in proper order. Now, there is a table in front of you where you can see number, opinion, size, shape, age, color, origin, material, and purpose. So, the adjectives, no matter how many they are, they need to be followed in this right order. For example, Dr. Sara Qureshi, a Pakistani Muslim aerospace engineer, has emerged as a beacon of hope in the fight against the global warming. Now, if you look closely in the above example, Pakistani Muslim is an adjective of origin. Now this kind of adjective is telling us about the origin of our noun, which is Dr. Sara Qureshi. And aerospace is an adjective of purpose. Now this adjective is which is over here is describing the purpose of the noun. Now you can see that we followed the same order that is mentioned in the table. Pakistani Muslim is the origin and the aerospace is our purpose, which is coming at the last. Now, you may be wondering that there are a lot of different orders of adjectives. We can remember it using a mnemonic NOSA comp. Number, opinion, size, shape, age, material, and purpose. You can remember it in the right order by using this mnemonic. Now that we are clear about the order of multiple adjectives, now let's look at this example. The first one is why? Because it is following a proper order. He gave me a small leather-bound travel journal. This is correct, but he gave me a travel leather-bound small journal. Small journal is incorrect because the ordering is not in the right place. Now, what do we do if we are dealing with the attributive position of adjectives or attributive adjectives in our sentence? Still, we need to put them in the right order. Our noun here is tree. Adjectives are tall, green, old, beautiful, sturdy. Your task is to arrange the adjectives in the correct order before the noun tree. Now pause the video, come up with a sentence using these words so that we can see if we have put them in the right order. Good. Now here is the correct answer. A beautiful old, tall, green, sturdy tree. Now all these adjectives are coming before our noun, hence it is in the attributive position, or all these adjectives are called attributive adjectives, and they are following the orders that we learned in the previous slide, which we can remember using the mnemonic NOSA comp. Again, here is another example. Your noun is house. All these adjectives are mentioned. Now you need to come up with a sentence using these words, or we can say adjectives, in your sentence. Pause the video, think about it, and then we can get the correct answer. Now you can see she lives in a beautiful old small red Victorian house. Beautiful old small red Victorian house is following the correct order that we discussed in the table. Moving on with the predicative position of adjectives. Still, you need to follow the right order of adjectives. The movie was entertaining. Our noun is movie and entertaining is our adjective, but it is coming after our noun, hence it is our predicative adjective or predicative position of adjective. And this will come right after your linking verb. So the correct order is this one, and here you can see that your adjective is coming after your noun and your linking verb. Now, after learning about all these, you can watch this simulation video to learn more about the positioning and order of multiple adjectives in your sentences. My dear learners, here is your classroom activity where you can see that there are a lot of different words in different points. Now you need to make up some sentences by following the right order. This is your worksheet where you will be dealing with your positioning and order of adjectives. For your homework, you need to write at least 3 sentences using multiple adjectives in attributive position, which is before a noun, and also predicative position, which is after your linking verb. And you have to ensure that you're following the correct order. At the end, all these resources are available in the description of the video. You can find them easily and you can learn more and put your knowledge into practice by solving the worksheet, the skill sheet, and also your question bank. Now, at the end, I would like to thank you for listening and being so patient. I hope that we have achieved our students' learning outcome. We talked about adjectives, how when we are dealing with multiple adjectives, there are different positions before the noun, after the noun, and also when we are dealing with multiple adjectives in order to describe our noun or pronoun, we need to follow a correct order in order to deal with these multiple adjectives. So this was all about today's video lesson. I'll see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.